Hello everyone. Now we have to discuss last theorem of network theorems with AC excitation, that is maximum power transfer theorem. So we all know that what we have done in DC circuits with respect to DC excitation, the load must be variable, then only we are able to get the maximum power, that is load must be, that is we have resistive load, right? That is RL must be variable, right? RL must be variable, then only we are going to get the maximum power, then only we are having the maximum power. Okay, that is let us say this is P, this is R, right? So we are going to get like this. So this is what, at this resistance the value of power is nothing but maximum, right? At this case only we are going to get the maximum power. This is what P max, right? This power is P max. So at certain value of resistance we are going to get the maximum power. That power is what? Real power in AC excitation. Now we have to mention that power with AC excitation. That power is what? Real power. Why that power is real power? Because the useful power is nothing but active power. That's why the real power is delivered to the load. Okay, so at what value of resistance we are going to get the maximum power? RL should be RTH, then only we are going to get maximum power, right? So in AC circuits also we are trying to maximize the power, means we are trying to maximize the power which is delivered to the load. That is, hence the maximum power theorem is applied to real power. Okay, we can write one point here. In AC circuits you are trying to maximize we are trying to maximize the power. Power being delivered to load, right? Load, that power is what? Real power only, right? So here we can conclude that the power is real power only. Okay, so to apply to apply maximum power transfer theorem, the load must be variable. To apply load must be variable, right? That is, with respect to AC excitation, ZL must be variable, right? This should be variable. Clear? So to get the analysis, what we have done, this maximum power transfer theorem is nothing but application of Thevenin's theorem. Then we have to consider the equivalent circuit of Thevenin's theorem. Okay, that is what we have this is VTH, this is ZTH, this is VTH, right? This is the load terminals. We have to connect a load, that is the load should be impedance load, right? Here the load must be variable. This is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, right? From this, what we have, that is ZTH should be equals to what? We all know that RTH plus JXTH, right? So like that, ZL should be RL plus JXL. Clear? Therefore, from this, current is equals to what? I, which is equals to V by ZTH plus ZL. That's it. What is that current? This is the current through that load, right? This is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. From this, ZTH is what? RTH plus JXTH. ZL equals to what? RL plus JXL. Like that. The current through that load is what? Thevenin's voltage by, this is nothing but Thevenin's voltage by ZTH plus ZL. This is the current. So, from this, okay, we have VTH, then what we have? RTH plus RL plus JXTH plus XL. This is the current through that load, right? Therefore, to get maximum power, what is the condition? Differential of dPL by dRL should be equals to 0, right? From this, PL is what? That is I square into RL, right? So, from this, here I is nothing but what? This part. PL, which is equals to VTH square into RL by this part. This is what? RTH plus RL plus XTH plus XL, right? I square, right? Therefore, we are going to get the square of this value. Sorry. We are having like this, right? Square root of RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square, right? From this, like this we have to get. So, to get maximum power, differentiation of power by load resistance should be equals to 0. Therefore, that is dPL by dRL, which is equals to 0. From this, we all know that before that, this denominator whole square, which is equals to 0, right? This is the value of power, right? VTH square into RL by RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH plus XL whole square. This is the denominator part. So, from this we got RTH plus RL. Just apply U by V formula. That's it. We can get XL whole square, right? Minus we can get RL into 2 into RTH plus RL. That's it. So from this, you all know that this is present in denominator, therefore this should be equals to 0. This is also 0, right? So after manipulation, we are having what? RTH plus RL. This is gets common from this, therefore we got RTH plus RL minus 2RL, right, plus XTH plus XL whole square, which is equal to 0. Finally we got this. So from this, RTH plus RL minus 2RL. So we got RTH plus RL into, this is what, RTH minus RL plus XTH plus XL whole square, which is equals to 0. Therefore we have RTH A plus B into A minus B, RTH square minus RL square plus XTH plus XL whole square, which is equals to 0. Finally we got this, right? Let us so if we do differentiation with respect to RL, we got this. This is 1. So then if we do differentiation of power with respect to XL, which is equals to 0, then what we have? From this you can get minus VTH square into RL into 2 into XTH plus XL. This is into, okay, don't confuse this. This is only multiplication, not X. Or you can write like this, into, by, we are having some denominator part, okay, which is equals to whole square, which is equals to 0. Again we all know that should be equals to 0, should be equals to 0, right? Therefore from this we have what? This is also 0. RL should be equals to 0. From this we got XTH plus XL, which is equals to 0. XTH is equals to minus XL. Finally we got this condition. From this then substitute in equation 1. We got what? Finally we are going to get RTH minus RL whole square plus 0, right, which is equals to 0. From this we can get RTH, which is equals to RL. Finally we have what? RTH, which is equals to RL, right? See, we know that ZL, which is equals to what? RL plus JXL, right? So from this what we have? We have RL, which is equals to RTH and XL which is equals to minus XTH, right? This is from what? This is from differentiation of power with respect to DRL. This is from what? Respect to DXL, right? So based upon this observations, ZL equals to, which is equals to what? Substitute RTH minus JXTH. Clear? Which is equals to what? ZL which is equals to ZTH conjugate, right? That is, what is the observation here? We all know that ZTH is equals to what? RTH plus JXTH. ZTH conjugate is what? RTH minus JXTH. That's it. So ZL is equals to ZTH means what? What is that meaning? To get maximum power, load impedance must be variable, right? The load impedance must be variable and the value of load impedance should be complex conjugate of Thevenin's impedance or internal impedance. We can say this impedance is nothing but source impedance also, right? This is very important point from this analysis. ZL should be equals to ZTH. To get maximum power, load impedance must be variable and the value of load impedance should be complex conjugate of Thevenin's impedance. Then only we can able to get maximum power. Let us say, for example, ZL, for example, ZTH 3 plus J4, okay? Therefore, to get maximum power, ZL should be 3 minus J4, or you can say this is given as load impedance as ZL, okay? 3 plus J4. To get maximum power, ZL should be 3 minus J4, which is equals to what? ZTH conjugate, okay? This is the observation. From this, we are having so many cases. Now we have to discuss that cases. That is, first case 1. Okay, case 1 is what? Both source and impedance are present, okay, and ZL, which is nothing but variable. That is, what is that meaning? ZL should be equals to what? ZTH conjugate, right? And RL should be equals to RTH. comma XL which is equals to XTH, that is the meaning. So from this I is equals to what? I is equals to VTH by, we are having, sorry, this is RL, right? Real part and imaginary part. RL plus J XTH plus XL, that's it. So from this RL equals to RTH, XL equals to, sorry, here XL equals to minus XTH, right? This is minus. Therefore I which is equals to RL equals to RTH, therefore 2RL plus this part is equals to 0, right? This part gets 0, therefore I is which is equals to, we have what? I, sorry, VTH by 2RL, right? From this P max is what? Which is equals to I square into RL, which is equals to VTH square into RL by 4RL square, therefore VTH square by 4RL, right? Which is equals to VTH square by 4RTH, which is what? Same as DC excitation, right? Same as DC excitation, that's it. This is case 1. Now we have to discuss case 2. Case 2 is what? Both source and, sorry, here we have what? Impedance load, that is, are present. RL should be variable and XL should be constant, that is fixed one, okay? Okay, it's clear. So both source and load, that is impedance load, RL should be variable, XL should be fixed one. In the first case we are having both source and impedance load, but ZL both variable, that is ZL is variable. Here case 2 RL is variable, XL is fixed, okay? That is, from this we are having ZL which is equals to RL plus JXL, right? So here XL is variable, right? Sorry, XL is fixed, therefore which is equals to invalid, right? Therefore we are having which is equals to 0. We all know that what is the value of differentiation of power with respect to DRL? RTH minus RL whole square, right, plus XTH plus XL whole square, which is equals to 0. So from this RL should be equals to what? Sorry, here what we are having? Individual squares, right? So from this RL should be equals to RTH square plus XTH plus XL whole square. Therefore RL should be equals to square root of RTH square plus XTH plus XL whole square. right? That is RL should be equals to mod Z, where Z is what? Total impedance excluding RL, that's it. Okay, total impedance excluding RL. Okay, we got like this. Next, this is case 1, this is case 2. Case 3, case 1 is what? ZL is variable. Case 2 is what? Only RL is variable, XL is fixed. Next, case 3 is what? Both source and load impedance is there, RL is fixed, XL is variable. Okay, that is case 3. Case 3 is what? Source and impedance load. Here what? RL is fixed and XL is nothing but variable one. So RL is fixed one, therefore should be equals to 0, means which is invalid, which is invalid, right? Therefore we have to consider differentiation of power with respect to XL. That is case 3. We all know that with respect to this, what we have? XL which is equals to minus XTH, right? With this case we have XL equals to minus XTH, that is I which is equals to VTH by RTH plus RL plus J XTH plus XL, right? Which is equals to, only we have what? VTH by RTH plus RL. This is the value of current. Therefore from this, power is what? P max is nothing but I square into RL, right? That is I is what? VTH by RTH plus RL whole square into RL, that is VTH square into RL by RTH plus RL whole square. This is the value of power from this case 3. Next we have to calculate case 4. That is case 4 is what? Source is there and resistive load. Here the load is pure resistive load, and that too that is variable, that is RL should be equals to variable. Yeah, source is there, load is there, only the load is what? Pure resistive load, that too the load is what? Variable one. Okay, that is, what is the observation? That is ZL which is equals to RL only, right? Which implies what? XL should be equals to 0. We don't have any reactive component. Therefore dPL by dXL which is nothing but invalid, right? And differentiation of DRL should be equals to 0. We have to consider this part, right? From this, what is the observation? We consider this condition, what we have? RTH square minus RL whole square, right? plus xth plus xl 0, right? We got rth square minus rl whole square plus xth whole square, because xl is equals to 0. From this, rl, which is equals to what? rth square plus xth square. Therefore rl equals to what? rth plus xth whole square. This is the value of, that is rl, which is equals to mod z, which is equals to zth only. It is nothing but zth, right? Zth is what? rth plus jxth for maximum power transfer, right? So to get maximum power, which is equals to I square into RL, that's it. So first case is what? Source and impedance load, ZL is variable. Second case is what? We have source and load impedance, and RL is variable, XL is fixed. Next case is what? Case 3, RL is fixed one, XL is variable. Coming to case 4, only we have pure resistive load, that is ZL is equals to RL. There is no reactive component, therefore dPL by dXL is invalid. Therefore only we have to consider this part. From this, RL equals to what? Square root of RTH plus XTH square, right? Next, last case, that is case 5. Case 5 is what? Resistive source, that is, and resistive load. That load is must be variable. Therefore ZTH should be equals to RTH, right? And ZL should be equals to RL. So only we have what? dPL by dRL should be equals to 0. From this, what we have? RL is equals to RTH only. This is the case in DC excitation, right? Therefore P max is what? VTH square by 4 RTH. This is same as in case of DC excitation. The case 5 is same like DC excitation. Okay, now we have to summarize these things, then only you will have clear idea. That is case 1. Here case 2, okay, here case 3, case 4, case 5. In case 1 is what? We have ZL, which is equals to RL plus JXL, and ZTH, which is equals to what? RTH plus JXTH. Listen, after every successful course, I am providing a summary. That summary will help you to solve a problem. Okay. So from this, first case is what? ZL equals to variable, right? Which implies what? ZL, which is equals to ZTH. To get maximum power, the Thevenin impedance should be complex conjugate. That is nothing but load impedance. Therefore P max is what? VTH square by 4 RTH. That's it. This is case 1. Next, case 2 is what? We have ZL, which is equals to RL plus JXL, right, and ZTH which is equals to RTH plus JXTH. Here case 2 only RL should be equals to variable, right, and XL is what? Fixed one. XL is what? Fixed one. Therefore RL is what? This is ZL, right? So which one is variable? That much value of resistance you have to consider. So here RL is variable, therefore RL should be equals to what? RTH square plus XTH plus XL whole square, which is nothing but what? Mod Z. Okay, except RL we have impedance, that's it. Therefore P max is what? Simple. From this we have to calculate I square into, at any case the value of power is what? I square into RL, that's it. Case 3 is what? ZL which is equals to RL plus JXL and ZTH which is equals to RTH plus JXTH. Clear? From this RL which is equals to fixed and XL which is equals to variable. So XL is variable. Now we have to get the value of XL, that's it, minus XTH, that's it, right. From this P max is what? Only, or you can calculate, no need of writing. At any case I square into RL. I is what? V by RL plus RTH we got, right? That is case 3. Then you have to calculate P max. Right? Next. Case 4, that is XTH and ZL which is equals to RL, only resistive load. Therefore you have to consider resistive load. Therefore RL equals to ZTH which is equals to RTH square plus XTH whole square. That is P max we can calculate from this. Okay, clear. Next case 5 is what? ZL which is equals to RL, ZTH which is equals to RTH, because we have only pure resistive load. Therefore RL which is equals to RTH, because pure resistive load, sorry, and that too source is what? Resistive source. Therefore P max we have to calculate, that's it. This is the summary for different cases using maximum power transfer theorem. Now we have to discuss problems based on this theorem. That is, two AC sources feed a common variable resistive load as shown in figure. Under maximum power transfer condition, the power absorbed by the load resistance RL is, we have to calculate. So we have to calculate the maximum power absorbed by the load, right? Means we have to get the Thevenin's equivalent circuits, that is we have to calculate VTH, ZTH, and later we have to connect this RL. Then solution. First I would like to calculate ZTH, later ZTH. Okay, that is, to calculate ZTH, this voltage source should be short circuited and this load should be removed. Then the circuit becomes 6 ohm branch, J8, clear. This is 6, again J8, right? So between this we have opened the load. So between these two we have to calculate ZTH. This is what? 6 ohm, J8, 6, J8, that's it. So from this ZTH is what? Which is equals to 6 plus J8, which is parallel with 6 plus J8. Therefore, we got ZTH as what? 3 plus J4 ohms. But to get, okay, later we will summarize that point. Next we have to calculate VTH. That is, to calculate VTH, what is the circuit diagram? We have 6 ohm branch in series J8, right? This is VOC, right? Again 6 and sorry, what is this source? 110 at an angle 0. This is what? 90 at an angle 0. This is what? 6 J8, 6 J8. That's it. From this, VTH is what? Or VOC. It is VOC minus 110 at an angle 0 by 6 plus J8, right? Plus again VOC minus 90 at an angle 0. Apply nodal analysis. That's it. 6 plus J8, which is equals to what? 0. From this we got VTH, which is equals to VOC. We got VOC as 100 at an angle 0. Yes, we have to calculate these values. Okay. Next, obtain Thevenin's equivalent circuit is, listen carefully, this is VTH, right? This is ZTH. This is load we have to reconnect. That is RL, which is variable. This is ZTH. This is VTH. Clear? Now, for maximum power transfer, ZL should be equals to what? ZTH conjugate, right? We know that. What is the value of ZTH? We know that ZTH, which is equals to 3 plus Z4. Therefore, ZL is what? 3 minus Z4. When it is 3 minus Z4, only to get P max, only to get maximum power only, this load impedance must be complex conjugate of Thevenin's impedance. That's it. Okay. Therefore, RL, that is, we can say ZL, right, which is equals to 3 minus J4. Therefore, mod RL should be equals to what? 9 plus 16, which is equals to 25, which is equals to 5 ohms, right? Then from this, what is this current? Load current, right? You can calculate the current IL. That's it. What is the formula to get load current? VTH by ZTH plus RL. Now we have to substitute the ZTH value as what? 3 plus J4 only. We have completed the load impedance or load resistance value with respect to maximum power, that is 3 minus J4, that too the magnitude is what, 5 ohms. But this is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. From this to calculate the load current, this is the formula VTH by ZTH plus RL. From this we can substitute IL, which is equal to, what is the value of Thevenin's voltage, 100, by ZTH is what, 3 plus J4, and RL is what, 5, which is equals to what, 100 minus 8 plus J4, right? So we got finally the load current, which is equals to 11.18 at an angle minus 26.54. This is the value of current. Therefore, maximum power through RL is I square into RL. P max, which is equals to what, 11.18 4 square into 5, which is equals to what, 625 watts. P max is what, 625 watts of power is transferred to load. This is the maximum power from this first problem. Okay, next problem. See, a source V cos 100 pi t has an internal impedance of 4 plus J3 ohms. If a purely resistive load connected to this source has to extract the maximum power out of the source, its value in ohm should be what? Simple problem. That is, to get P max, this is the internal impedance, right? ZL should be ZTH conjugate, that is 4 plus J3 conjugate, right? So ZL should be what, 4 minus J3. Therefore mod ZL, which is equals to 4 plus 3 square, which is equals to 25. Therefore ZL should be equals to what, 5. The magnitude is what, 5 ohms. That's it.